the next 2 weeks, we are moving through Mequon and Thiensville to introduce you to the people, places, and events that make up these very special communities. Today, the spotlight is on Mequon and nature, where you're going to find a beautiful 400-acre nature preserve.
Kristin Gies gets to lead the team transforming this area. She is the executive director of the Mequon Nature Preserve, and she joins us from her home today. Good morning to you, Kristin.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Hey, Kristin.
Absolutely. What a treasure we have so close to the city here. Tell us a little bit about the Mequon Nature Preserve. And I actually want to hear a little bit of the story of the guy who started it.
Right? Okay. Well, it's quite a gem. And 20 years ago, a gentleman lived in a Alexian village and overlooked what was predominantly cornfield and enjoyed watching the deer and the turkeys that would stroll through, and he wanted to protect it. So he made a phone call to the city of Mequon, and Mayor Nurnberg, or Christine Nurnberg at the time, answered that call and married up what turned into a beautiful land acquisition project. So through his generosity to begin, and the city of Mequon's green passion that they have, and then the Ozaukee Washington Land Trust and the Greater Milwaukee Foundation, all those players came together and they began to purchase what now is 444 acres. It was a very, very large project, $13 million in fact. And it took an amazing leadership, predominantly from Christine Nurnberg, to begin this. And now it is debt-free and completely free and open to the public to explore.
Wow.
So it's quite a treasure.
Yeah, that is a treasure. Gorgeous, too. I love looking at the pictures. I love hearing the birds behind you. And you're situated kind of perfectly between Mequon, Brown Deer, and Germantown, right?
Yeah. Yes. It's perfectly located right off the freeway, whether you're on 41, 45, or 43. I think it's just the intersection where, the urban life meets this beautiful, tranquil nature preserve. So, for sure.
Talk about some of the things that make it so unique. You mentioned that it's free, but there's a laboratory and there's so much more.
Yes. Well, our goal is really to, showcase what we can do as we heal the land and how it naturally then heals us too. To honestly talk deep, it's scientifically proven that if we can explore those outdoors and really get to know it, that environmental empathy is created within us, and it actually helps us as well, especially mental health. And right now, I think we all could use a little peace of mind. So normally, field trips come in and out of that, and kids explore as they meander through forest, prairie, and wetlands. There's beautiful successional forests, meaning newly planted forests, as our forest there continues to evolve and mature. It's also the division of two watershed systems, so children and adults can explore those wetlands and not just see the frogs and toads, but there's some fish as well. And with all of those neat, fish and amphibians, the bird life is phenomenal. There's, over 200 different species of birds you can explore and learn at the preserve. So it's pretty cool. It's quite an outdoor laboratory and kind of critical right now, I guess, in our world to learn from it. So yeah.
I think it's amazing that you have small scale organic farming. You even have rice paddies. There's so many things. It's probably hard to list everything, but
I was going to say
what I love is that
right.
Yeah, that you have this model for the world to heal the land, which is so cool because everybody's worried about our ecosystems right now.
Right. So I think this is a great place to come and realize we can do it. So we've all heard the doom and gloom, and it's real. But I think what people aren't hearing is our ability to completely reverse that and change it. So the Nature Preserve, celebrating its 20th year since it began, we really started restoration work in about 2004. So in 16 years, we have gone from complete cornfield to beautiful forests and wetlands that are supporting an unbelievable biodiversity of life. And that's really quick as Mother Nature heals. It's really fascinating. So I think it's a great replicable model that could be used anywhere. And you're right. And then hand in hand with these beautiful farmers from the Fondy Food Center, it's incredible to see that we can restore land and still eat from the land without destroying it. So yeah, and the rice paddies, right. You got to come out and explore. There's way too much for me to tell you.
It's so promising, you know, I mean, to hear all those things, to know that in that short amount of time, like you said, we were able to truly, you know, work on healing the land, and that this is something that is replicable, you know, across the country, across our state. I think that's so promising for us to see. I know trips, if they come out, if they can have, you know, some field trips, are still free for everyone.
Yep.
What do you think is like the must-see thing? You show up, you gotta go see this.
You know, oh, that's really hard. I've been there for 13 years. I love everything. I would definitely, I got to aim for the tower. I know lots of places have it, but I think what's really neat is you get that bird's eye perspective and you can see everything. So you can see that, you know, the early days, we really talked about planting a forest. So we literally planted acorns in the ground, thousands of them, with predominantly Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts. So as you climb the tower, you can see that we were trying to bridge the two forests. So now, instead of looking at cornfield in the center by that tower, we're looking at a very young, beautiful forest growing up, where eventually we'll be able to hike through a contiguous forest. It'll be beautiful.
So cool,
So,
Kristin.
yeah.
Thank you for joining us this morning.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. This is an absolute pleasure. Please come out and explore, and it's free for all from dawn to dusk.
Gonna do it this weekend,
So
365 days a year. Yep, like you said, free, dawn to dusk. Here's the website. It's
That's right.
MequonNaturePreserve.org for more.